What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm back in the building. I just want to drop a quick video on my thoughts right now. Basically, my thoughts are the NFC is here for the taking again. I've been saying this for like the last 4 years. It's here for the taking again. This NFC is it's not dominant by any means. It's the same few teams, and the Cowboys once again have a chance to, end the drought. I'm gonna be honest. I don't trust the Cowboys for real. But when I look at the teams right now, if we're looking at the divisions, the NFC West was that Cardinals, Seattle, um, San Francisco, who else? I can't. And Rams. Out of there, I'm thinking San Francisco and I'm thinking Seattle. Both of those teams are going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. NFC South, uh, you got the Bucks, who I don't think are good. I mean, that whole division I don't think is good. Bucks, Carolina, Saints, Falcons. Out of that division, I don't know who's going to come out of that division because I think they're all frauds. They're not no tough teams in the NFC South. So if I were to say a team, I would say out of that division, only one team comes out of that division. I'm gonna go with the Saints just because Derek Carr. I trust him more, and I think. But are the Saints a tough team? No, they're not. Cowboys play the Seahawks this year. They've already got stomped by the Niners. But you can't tell me the Cowboys can't beat the Seahawks or the Saints. We know about San Francisco. Then you go into well, I said the NFC South. I don't know. I'm sorry. Then we go with the next division. You got Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago, right? So we know Detroit is probably going to the playoffs. They're probably going to win the division. The one dark horse out of that division that possibly could make it, I would still say the Vikings. Because if they get, I don't know, they didn't get Jameis Winston, did they? They were talking about it, but they didn't do it. So their season's probably over. Maybe it'll be like the Falcons that'll come out of there with the Saints. But I know Detroit's coming out of there. We play Detroit. Detroit always plays us tough, but we've been steady beating Detroit. But Detroit plays us tough. They're not nothing to be slipping on. Okay, they always play us tough, no matter what. But we beat them. So once again, look at the teams I'm naming. There's not dominant teams the Cowboys can beat. And then obviously we're gonna go on the Cowboys division. Giants, I said we're gonna fall off. Washington Commanders said it was up to if Sam Howell's gonna be the guy. He's been pretty decent for considering they're not a good team though. And then obviously the Eagles and Cowboys. So just my thoughts, man. You know, I just don't trust his team. And it's frustrating because, like I said, this is 28 years. And it reminds me of like a wife or even my kid. Like, I love my son more than I'm a, compared to my son. I love my son more than others. That I am a ride or die for my son. You understand? Like, I would do anything. That's my son. That's my baby boy. I'm always gonna love him. Always gonna fight for him. Always gonna ride for him. Always. That's my Cowboys, right? I love my Cowboys. I don't love the things that go on with it, but I love the team because I grew up on them. No, you feel me? No choice. I love my son, right? But my son be lying a lot. My son be lying. Like, just keep it real. Hope he don't see this video and get mad at me. But my son, my youngest son, he be lying, bro. Like, he be lying all the time, right? So if you're lying to me all the time, do you ever think I'm gonna believe you? So anything that comes out of your mouth, I'm gonna hear you. I ain't gonna believe you until I see a consistent thing where you're not doing it, right? So if you've been lying for years and years and years, anything you tell me, I'm not gonna believe. I'm sorry, I'm just not. That don't take my love away from you. That don't mean I don't love you any less. That don't mean I'm still not a rider for you. I'm not a ride or die for you. It doesn't mean I don't care for you. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna fight for you. Doesn't mean I'm still not gonna stand by your side. Doesn't mean any of that. Just means I don't trust you because you lie too much. So I can't believe nothing you say. So when you tell me something like, I don't believe it. You feel what I'm saying? And if you did something consistently good, like not lying, telling the truth for like, a while, like, oh, you're telling the truth. I'm like seeing you're telling the truth. It'll start make me have a little more, maybe, I'm not going to say trust, but I'm going to be like more apt to, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be more apt to be more positive with you and do more things with you and more a little bit of trust, but I'll be more open to things with you because I feel like you're not lying, right? But let's keep it real. You can do all that telling the truth, and all it takes is you saying one bad lie, right? If you say one bad lie after saying 20 truths after you've been known as a liar, what's the first thing you think I'm gonna do? Right? Especially if it was a lie like a big one. Or I don't know, big little lies, but it was like, wow, you really said that? After all that telling the truth, and I get that lie like that, what's the first thing you think I'm gonna think? I'm gonna think, nah, I ain't trusting you no more. And next time you tell me something, what's the first thing you think? I'm gonna think you're lying, and I'm not gonna believe you, right? Well, that's the way I feel with these Cowboys. Love them, riding, all that, but y'all be lying. Y'all be lying. Front office be lying in times, but y'all just be falling short. So when I see certain things, when I stick out my chest and say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, right? And I'm saying, yeah, look at this team. They went out and got Brandon Cooks. They went out and got Stephen Gilmore. They drafted a defensive tackle in the first round. They got Jonathan Hankins last year as a trade. They're doing things they haven't did in a long time, right? Coach McCarthy's got these guys right, right? And then you lose to the Cardinals like you did. Now, I didn't think you was going to go undefeated, but it's how you lost. And then you lost to the Niners. It's not you lost, it's how you lost, right? So when I see all that, and it's those same things I've seen before, my first thought is, I'm not trusting y'all because I've seen this story before. Years and years and years and years, I've seen this story before. So that's why I sit there and say I don't trust them. That don't mean I don't believe it. That don't mean I don't love my squad. That don't mean I'm still not a ride and die. That don't mean nothing. I'm still all that with the team. But I don't trust y'all. So I ain't believing it. So it's a week to week thing. And even you can go through this whole year and beat everybody. I ain't trusting until the playoffs, and I got to see. And that's just where I stand with the Dallas Cowboys. And we have that right as fans. Stop letting people tell you that you can't complain about stuff and you can't get mad about stuff. Why not? You had 28 years of failure, and there's a lot of us fans that have blood, sweat, and tears. Put money into the team, jerseys, go to games, tailgate, just all kind of stuff. We do this for the team. So, yeah, you're going to feel some kind of way. You feel me? So, yes, the Cowboys do owe the fans something, and they need to take that more personal because the fans been riding for all these years, and you can't tell me Dallas ain't had teams that couldn't get there before. And this is the year. The NFC is here for the taking again. There's not no dominant teams. You've seen San Francisco, 3-game losing streak. The Eagles, they're a good team, but Dallas plays good against them. Dallas can beat any team in the NFC and get there. But are you? Are you going to go back to coaching goofy, Mike McCarthy? I can't trust you. I like you as a coach, but I can't trust you after I seen what you seen. I can't trust you against Philly that you're gonna do the same thing. I can't trust that you're gonna have that game plan that you had last week against them Rams. I can't trust it because y'all done messed up my trust. This organization has messed up my trust. My McCarthy, they messed up my trust. To an extent, Dak has messed up my trust. This whole team has messed up my trust. Doesn't mean I don't love y'all, but I just don't trust y'all. But guess what? The NFC is here for the taking. For the taking. What the hell y'all gonna do? Is front office ever gonna move out the way? No. So, I mean, y'all gonna have to coach out of your minds. Y'all gonna have to play out of your minds because if y'all trying to get to at least an NFC championship, y'all gotta play crazy because that front office still does little things that makes a cloud. It does. I don't care if nobody tells me. That's why we've been missing the mark. But here it is. Got this Eagles game Sunday. What y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna come out scary or y'all gonna come out aggressive? Because if y'all come out aggressive and throw the ball first and throw the ball and not run it, throw. We're gonna have the Cowboys are gonna have to this whole season, in my opinion. Me and Connor Live said it, and I even said it in a video. Cowboys are gonna have to do the pass to set up the run. So we're gonna have to pass first, then run. We can't run first and then pass. This offensive line ain't for that. This running game ain't like that. Dak is gonna have to be the man as far as throwing this ball this year. And y'all gonna have to take the handcuffs off of Mike McCarthy and let him just run this damn offense. And we're gonna have to see how it happens from there. Because the running game ain't it. Okay? The blocking schemes ain't it, and the line ain't it. So we're gonna have to throw to set up the run, and I'm gonna see if we're gonna do that. But yes, I don't trust y'all. Going it's week to week with me. But my last thought on this is the NFC is here for the taking. What y'all gonna do? Check out my show tonight, Burgers and Blitzes. I got a great interview coming up with one of my homies that I interviewed earlier from New York. And he's going to be back on here. Make sure you check out that high school video. We're back on the high school interviews. Check out Burgers and Blitzes. But y'all don't feel me? You should.